Hi architects, this is Arkchive, and so today will be the 10 tips and tricks for Tales Within the Sand for you to have a better game experience in this. Tip number 1. If you are a beginner, you just entered Arknights, you don't have a lot of operators, or the very important ones, it is recommended for you to not play the game mode first. Yeah, not play the game mode first. So basically, these stages are gonna be there forever, including the integrated strategy 1, 2, 3, 4, and also this. So it's recommended for you to actually wait for your team to build up before you start to invest in this game mode, because this game mode is very time consuming and also very tiring. How much time do you need to be ready for this? Approximately speaking, you probably need 6 months more, or you can wait for W Alter 3 months later. Okay, save your pools now. Save your pools now. Yeah, Shu is pretty useful in this game mode, but if you have Saria, it is not really required. So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2. For this one, it is different from the first Reclamation algorithm. Why? Because for this one, you can see the medals. 12 medals. You know the officials are trying hard this time. And here, this medal wants you to complete the main story, meaning that you have to finish day 31 at least one time. So in order to progress to day 31, because this game modes get harder and harder, yeah, you have to try hard. It is not recommended for you to actually spam click like the first Reclamation algorithm no-brain guy. Because why? 2 reasons. First, because if you want to get all of the medals, you have to finish the complete one time, and spam clicking won't allow you to do that, to reach that point. The second thing is, this expansional rewards is gonna expand forever and ever and ever and ever. In CN, it is still expanding, so 6 months time. And by spam clicking, for every 5 minutes, you will get average of 600 points only. And you can see how much does this cost. 3,000. So 25 minutes, 25 minutes, 25 minutes, 25 minutes, 25 minutes, it's gonna take too long. So when compared, if you really actually play the game seriously, and you reach a point of day 60 or day 70, so this game mode, you can have a checkpoint every 3 days, and then you can restart the checkpoint to 3 days back and just play the 3 days to get the rewards repeatedly. So if you do the right thing, you can get 10,000 points in 5 minutes. So when compared to 600 points in 5 minutes, obviously you're gonna do the 10,000 point, right? And then also, these stuffs will not disappear. So yeah, it is actually recommended for you to only start unlocking this only when you really start playing. Tip number 3. Before you start the game, you remember to press this. Remember, you enter here, you press this button, okay? Switch to standard mode, okay? It will tell you switch to standard mode and lose the following effects. You press switch. Okay, but if you see what you are seeing, what I'm having here right now, switch to challenge mode, yeah, it's correct. You want to change it to the normal mode, because being in the challenge mode does not give you any extra points except for additional challenge. The 4th thing why you should not be playing this game mode right now and to wait is because this is more like a beta version. So in the CN version, they are making the game better and better, not only expanding the map, adding more stories and endings, they are also trying to change and make your life more easier in terms of playing this game mode. So it is recommended for you to only wait for the good implements to come in before you start playing, to save your time and sanity. So the 5th tip is that these achievements are completely useless, and the sound you can change if you like, but I basically play Arknights with sound muted. So yeah, so point number 6. When you enter here, for this game mode, the tag points do not go in from the first game to the second game, meaning that every time you restart the game one time because you did something wrong, you're unable to progress, blah blah blah, your tag tree will disappear completely. So basically, you would want to try your best not to restart this, because the tag tree is actually very useful. Then we come to tip 7, which is this. I remember in CN server they just unlock it straight, but in EN server apparently they make it a 22-day CD. So this is what you need to play. This is the time limited quest. It refreshes by monthly basis and gives you important stuff like the IS monthly quest. So you have to finish this every month. So in order to finish this every month, basically you will have the tag tree in the game you are having. Right here. So if you maxed out the tag tree here, you will have an easier game mode here. If you get the tag tree max and then you restart, your tag tree just gets missing, and this game mode actually gets harder. So even if you hate your progression right here, and you feel like restarting, but you don't feel like restarting like right away, you can just procrastinate and put it there, and then just use the buffs you have to unlock this. So if you really want to up tech points in order to do the monthly quest, it is recommended for you to only get this construction stuff maxed out. And that goes to tip number 8. I am going to try my best to do a monthly easiest AFK guide for this game mode. This game mode, I will try my best not to use any tech tree, and with the empty base, completely empty base, like what you are seeing right here. So for the monthly quest wise, I can tell you how approximately it will look like. There will be 200 enemies coming for 4 doors, 1 door, 2 door, 6 door, 3 door, 5 door, 4 door, 5 door, 6 door, and then they will just like swarm into your base right here. And then in the easiest AFK guide, the monthly quest, I will be putting operators 6 or 8 operators, melee operators, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. If we are going to do that without any building, yeah, the tech point here are going to be very useful. Especially the max defense, max HP, it's gonna make your base sustain longer for you to actually, yeah, you can find the problem right here, which is that you actually need a very strong team too for you to unlock this monthly quest. And then not to mention that you also cannot put any high ground operators, because as you can see, this empty base right here does not allow you to place. What to do for the people without the operators that I'm using? So I will try my best to make it AFK and also not using any tech tree. So if you don't have the correct operators, you can probably think about replacing it with operators manually, like you can practice Texas alter, Yato alter, or you can try to upgrade your tech base to help your base sustain longer for operators to kill them. And now, tip number 9. So when you enter here, if this is the first time you enter here, you have a tutorial section here. So in the tutorial section, they will have a 3 beginner quests, 3 station beginner quests. You have to go through all 3 beginner quests before you start. So here is a quick tip for you if you don't want to read all of the tutorial, because the tutorial is not going to teach you anything. It is the same with the first reclamation algorithm in terms of this. So what will appear here is that Unectus will be talking to somebody that I forgot, and then talk, a lot of dialogues, blah, blah, blah. No need to read anything, okay? And then just click, spam, click until you are about to get into the second beginner quest. Okay, at that time, they will also tell you to farm for the trees, but for the trees stuff wise, it is basically the same as the first season. Okay, the farm tree, farm animals is the same. Yeah, so before you progress to the next beginner quest, which is going to take some time again, if you really do the second beginner quest, you will have this button appear. Yeah, and you press this, and then leave current zone. Yes. And then it will appear. Are you sure you want to quit the tutorial? It will never appear again. Yes, because it is not going to teach you anything. So just press yes. And then you can start playing the game. And then you will have the real starting of the game. So every time you restart the whole game by pressing this button, you have to go through the tutorial scene every time. But it is not the beginner's quest. It is a tutorial scene. The tutorial scene will talk a lot of shit. So yeah, just skip and then just start playing, okay? When will I start making a correct guide for this? That is tip number 10. So tip number 10, I will only start making a full progression for all of the medals. It is definitely not going to be AFK, okay? I'm going to tell you first, but I will show you from day 1 to day 31 with the easiest possible method, only after W alter is up. Only after W alter is up. Before that, every month I will release this. The team that I use to finish this monthly quest. Okay, so that is tip number 11. So why do I not do that for the IS? Because the IS monthly quest is relatively simple. Like they just ask you to what? Spam the summon 10 times. Yeah, it is very easy. But this one is different. You have to actually defend the base from 200 enemies coming for 6 sites and with the empty base. Yeah, so I will be making a guide for this. But for this real game mode, if you are very interested, you can go online, search for these resources. So these are some resources that I find pretty useful when I'm playing in the CN server. You can also find that. Yeah, those are the tips that are very important for you to actually progress in this game easier. So if you're really interested in the game mode right now, yeah, you can go explore yourself. Yeah, I believe you can do it. For me, wise, I will just wait for W alter, okay? Bye.